Okay, the easiest way to show diminishing scale is to use the black paper and the index cards, and to start out by establishing a foreground and a background with a horizon line, which is simply gluing a black sheet of paper onto half of the card. Now, we know that diminishing scale implies a sense of space where things are getting smaller as they move further away. So to depict the example of no diminishing scale, you simply put figures on here. In my case, it's pieces of white paper and pieces of black paper that are all the same size. So they do not diminish in scale or size at all. And you end up with a very flat kind of situation here where nothing seems closer or further away. It's almost like a pattern. In the other case, again, I've started out with my index card that has the horizon line put on there. But in this case, I'm putting on figures or squares that are starting out large where they're further away from the horizon line, and simply getting smaller as they get closer to the horizon line. In the foreground on the black piece, I use white squares, and in the background, or the sky, or whatever you want to call that area, I'm using the darker black squares for contrast. And again, where they're further away from this horizon line, they're large, and as they get closer and closer to the horizon line, they get smaller and smaller. And so you can see just in these two very simple examples that this one has a sense of things appearing to get smaller and smaller as they recede towards that horizon line. And in this case, you do not have that feeling. Everything seems very flat. It almost seems like a checkerboard pattern where nothing is either closer or more distant from you as the viewer. And once you're satisfied with your little arrangement of paper on these diminishing scale exercises, both with and without, you can go ahead and glue those little squares of paper down, and that's the easiest way to get some examples of diminishing scale with and without.